Welcome to Untitled Engineering. Today we are doing hydraulic press, engineering science and 4. Subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so that you are notified every time we drop a new video. The structure that you see on the board is a basic structure of a hydraulic press. We call this side with the smaller piston a plunger, and then the side with a larger piston, we call it a ram. So if we push the piston on the plunger with, let's say, force 1, the piston on the ram will be pushed up with a force, let's say, is F2. This is a closed container, and inside this container we have fluid. So according to Pascal's law, the pressure exerted on a fluid in a closed container acts in all directions with the same magnitude. Therefore, we can say that the pressure at the plunger, let's say this is 1 and this is 2. The pressure at the plunger will be equals to the pressure at the ram. Therefore, we know that the formula for pressure is equals to the force divided by the area. Therefore, we can say F1 divided by the area of the plunger, it's equals to F2 divided by the area of the ram. Now, let's say we are given F1. We are given both the diameters of the ram and the plunger. The diameter, let's say the diameter of the plunger is 0.5 meters, and then the diameter of the ram is equals to, let's say it's 2. Now we want to find out the magnitude of F2. Let's say our F1 is equals to 20 newtons. First, we will multiply, have to make F2 the subject to the formula. We multiply both sides by R, by A, by the area of the plunger, of the ram. This will cancel this, and then we will end up with the equation like this. F2 is equals to F1 times area of the ram divided by the area of the plunger. We know that area is given by pi divided by 4 times d squared. Now, when we look at this, it will give us something like this. The area of the plunger, of the ram, will be pi, the diameter of the ram, squared divided by 4. Divided by 4, divided, which is the area of the plunger, pi divided by 4, and the diameter of the plunger. This and this will cancel out, and then we will be left with the diameter of the ram squared divided by the diameter of the plunger squared, which means we can replace this with this. Therefore, we will have our formula being like this. The force of the ram is equals to the force on the plunger times the diameter of the ram squared divided by the diameter of the plunger squared. Now we put our values. We know that F1 is equals to 20 newtons times our dr, which is the diameter of the ram, it's equals to 2 divided by 2 squared divided by the diameter of the plunger, which is 0.5 squared, and then that will give us our F2 being 80 newtons. So notice that our initial force, the force that we pushed the plunger with, is 20 newtons, but the force that we ended up with on the ram, it's 80 newtons. So the piston with the large area is associated with a large force, or it will be accelerated with a large force compared to the force that we pushed the plunger with. So that is the purpose of a hydraulic press. It is a force multiplying machine. We use it to multiply the force, since we can tell that the force that we put in was much smaller than the force that we got on the other side of the hydraulic press, which is 80 newtons. The purpose, or the main purpose of a hydraulic press is to multiply the force that we put in. It's a force multiplying machine. So from here we can do an exercise. I have an exercise with me which reads as follows. A downward force of 100 Newton is applied to the small piston with diameter of 50 centimeters in a hydraulic lift system shown below. And then they gave us the questions. Question number A, what is the upward force exerted by the large piston with diameter of 2 meters? Question number B, what is the mechanical advantage of this hydraulic lift? And then question number C, if the input force of 100 newtons pushes the small piston down by 2 meters, how high will the large piston rise? So this is the information that we are given. We are given the diameter of the plunger. We are also given the force of the force that was exerted on the plunger. We are also given the stroke length. The stroke length is the distance that the plunger moves from its top dead center to its bottom dead center. The distance moved by the plunger in one stroke. And then on the ram side, we are not given the force that will be acting on the ram going up. We are also not given the stroke length. We are only given the diameter of the ram. So first question, they say, what is the upward force exerted by the large piston with the diameter of 2 meters? That's the diameter. So we already know, according to Pascal's law, the pressure exerted on a closed on the fluid in a closed container will be equal in all directions. Therefore, we'll say the pressure at the plunger is equal to the pressure at the ram. Therefore, we know that force, let's say, is F1, this is F2, divided by area, it's equal to F2 divided by the area of the plunger and area of the ram. We are looking for this. We have to make it the subject of the formula. We'll multiply both sides by AR. This and this will cancel out. Then we're left with F2 divided by F. It's equals to F1 times area of the ram divided by area of the plunger. We already know that we can replace these two by the diameter of the ram squared and the diameter of the plunger squared. Therefore, what are the values? F1 is 100 times, what is the diameter of the ram? The diameter of the ram is 2 squared. And then the diameter of the plunger, it was originally given to us in centimeters, and then we multiply by it will be 50 times 10 to the power negative 2, if I'm not mistaken, and then we get 0.5 meters, and then here it will be 0.5 meters squared. And then we got that our value for F2 will be 1600 newtons. That is the A part of the question. We go to question number B. Question number B. Question number B, they say, what is the mechanical advantage of this hydraulic lift? Mechanical advantage. It's given by the force output divided by the force input, which the force output will be F2, the force input will be F1. Therefore, this will be out, it's 1600. In, it's 100. This will give us 16. This is the formula for mechanical advantage, and the value of this mechanical advantage, it's equals to 16. So what is the mechanical advantage? The mechanical advantage is the factor by which the machine that we are using will multiply the force that we are going to put on the machine. So whatever force we put on the machine will take that force, multiply by 16, as this is our mechanical advantage, for this particular machine. The force that we put in, the machine will take that force and multiply it by 16, and then add the rem. That is what we are going to get. 100 times 16 is 1600. Since we said the hydraulic press, it's force multiplying system, this is the factor which the machine will use to multiply whatever force we are applying. So if we were to apply 200, the force will take that 200 and multiply it by 16, and then we were going to get 3,200 newtons. So whatever force that we put on F1, the machine will take that force and apply it by 16, which is our mechanical advantage. So we go to our third question, which says, if the input force of 100 push the small piston down by 2 meters, which is the stroke length, how high will the large piston rise? Now we're going to see. One thing we know about this system is that it is filled with fluid. And then we also know that it is a closed system, meaning that the volume inside the system is not changing. Therefore, whatever change in volume on the plunger must be equal to the change in volume in the ram, because the volume that the piston will occupy on the plunger, it's the same volume that will be added on the ram. Therefore, we can say that V1, the volume change in the plunger, will be equal to the volume change in the ram. We know that volume is area times the stroke length. It's equals to area times the stroke length. This is the plunger. This is the ram. What are we looking for? We are looking for the stroke length of the ram, this one. Therefore, we are going to divide both sides by AR. And we will get a formula that says the stroke length of the ram is equals to times AP divided by AR. We already know that we can replace this by d squared of the plunger divided by d squared of the ram. What's the stroke length of the piston of the plunger? At 2 meters. Times what is the diameter of the plunger? The diameter of the plunger is 0.5 squared divided by what is the diameter of the ram? The diameter of the ram is 2 meters. It's 2 meters squared, which will give us an answer of 0.125 meters. So for every 2 meters of the for every 2 meters that the piston in the plunger move, the piston on the ram will only move 0.125 meters. This tells us that for us to have a greater force on the ram, we are sacrificing the length or the stroke length. So the machine is not multiplying the force that we are putting in by 16 out of nowhere. We are actually applying a small force, yes, but for a greater length or for a greater distance, so that we get a large amount of force, yes, but for a short distance. So in this case, we are sacrificing the stroke length for the force. We are applying a small force but for a greater length to get a larger force but for a short amount of distance. So the machine is not multiplying the force that we are initially putting in out of nowhere. The 16 is as a result of the piston on the ram moving a short distance, and that it's basically everything. Yeah, that's the end of our lesson. I will see you on the next lesson.